brought to you by Viking Rugby Wear, offering you a complete and affordable range of rugby and leisure wear.
This afternoon we're at Wardie Park, home of Broughton Rugby Club, for the fourth round of the Cup. Well, Boroughmuir are the opponents this afternoon, and the last time these two met in a cup competition was way back in the 1960s. Broughton won that day, and my goodness, would it be a turn-up today, because of course Boroughmuir in Premier Division 1 and Broughton are now in East League Division 1. It would be the shock of the round. But I tell you, they've put an awful lot of work into getting this game on this afternoon. They've worked on the park. They've got a big sponsored lunch inside. This is going to be a big game for Broughton.
Realistically on the park, I think we've got to look at perhaps damage limitation and go out and enjoy ourselves, you know.
And it's a pretty heavy pitch, so it'll level it down a wee bit. And your boys must be really up for a game like this.
Well, it's one of these games, if you're not up for it, there's just, you've got to question your ability to go out and do something for your club, but the guys are up for it. They're keen as mustard.
And Johnny Wells, skipper of Broughton, leading his team out for what they know is going to be a tough match. And as they came out, to the applause of the crowd, they got a sample of the underfoot conditions before they even got onto the pitch. Now, local knowledge is that Broughton like to play up the park, up the hill in the first half, tire the opposition out, but not today. Boroughmuir won the toss. They decided to do that, so with the slope and the wind behind them, Broughton put pressure on in the first 4 minutes, and up came number 8 Sandy Urquhart, the opening try. Broughton 5, Boroughmuir 0, and that led to calls from the touchline. Blow for full time now, ref. But Digby Thomas was having none of it, and play down into the Broughton danger zone. Boroughmuir piling on the pressure. Freddie Late adding his considerable bulk to the back of the drive there, and Angus Martin coming around looking for the ball, knowing exactly where it is and exactly where he's going, and straight over for a short range try that he's so very, very good at. Ross Cook converted, and it was obvious that Boroughmuir were going to give the ball plenty of air, even from deep inside their own 22, but they didn't expect that turnover. And Broughton showing they weren't just there to make up the numbers. Dan Arundel waiting for that one. Johnny Tennant taking it on, and the pack starting the rumble. Johnny Wells round the fringe. Arundel out to Ollie Maddox. Maddox a short ball to Neil Matthews, taken on again by Sandy Urquhart. Laying it back, popped up again by Arundel for the forwards to drive on. And inside ball again, asking serious questions of the Boroughmuir defence, but oh dear, after all that pressure, Boroughmuir showing their pace. Break out there by Elgin O'Donnell. Charlie Keenan on his elbow, and in for an 80-yard try to take Boroughmuir into a 14 points to 5 lead after Ross Cook had popped over the conversion. Broughton were anything but out of it though, and Boroughmuir again tried to play some rugby inside their own 22. Well, they almost paid the penalty. There's some terrific Broughton tackling. Ali Douglas going in there on that one. And although the ball coming back on the Boroughmuir side, oh, just a fraction away from an intercept try there for Ollie Maddox. Cammy Ward finished the first quarter for Boroughmuir with a try which Ross Cook converted. but Broughton showed they weren't out of it 7 minutes later. And again, the big pack driving on the Boroughmuir line. Scooping the ball back. You naughty Boroughmuir boys, said Digby Thomas. Quick one taken by Broughton. The whole pack piling in there and protecting the ball well. Up comes Johnny Wells. Again, changing the angle of the drive, and up goes the referee's hand, and up comes Kit Muller-Alexander, the flanker, having got the touch to give Broughton their second score, and a well-deserved one at that. But straight back into the attack, and off went Charlie Keenan again. Although he was pursued right to the touchdown by Paul Madison. Well, that was the try that took them to 28 points to 10 ahead when Ross Cook had converted. But again, Broughton straight back down the field, using the hill, using the breeze, and giving every bit as good as they were getting in the pack. And was this drive going to get them over? Yes, it certainly was. And oh, that looked so like a touchdown. Held up, said referee Digby Thomas. And oh boy, the Broughton boys will be really disappointed at that. But they were even more disappointed when Boroughmuir decided to run it from behind their own line. Off went Rory Cooper, inside the tackler, onto Angus Martin. Angus Martin offloading to Scott Haddon, and the ball finally ending up in the hands of Elgin O'Donnell to finish off from 30 yards out for a smashing try, but one which was an absolute scunner for Broughton after coming so close to a third try. The Boroughmuir faithful happy with that half-time score, but the Broughton support as well, knowing that their boys have put up a terrific fight in the first half.
Brought to you by Viking Rugby Wear, offering you a complete and affordable range of rugby and leisure wear.
It was 10 minutes into the second half before Boroughmuir got on the board again, and that was with a penalty try. And it was almost into the final quarter before they scored again. This time a short penalty by Angus Martin, snaffled by scrum half Stuart McGee, and through the gap for the try. By this time, playing up the hill and into the wind, the Broughton legs were getting pretty tired, and all it took again was for that ball to be switched out to speedster Charlie Keenan, and in he went for his hat-trick try. I think the only way he's got his jersey dirty is by diving in for these three tries, but very effective he's been. But still, Broughton were determined to show that they weren't just there to make up the numbers. Stan Smith and Adam McFarlane driving in there. Angus Martin, a wee nibble round the side along with Chris Capaldi. Scott Haddon unceremoniously hauled out of the way there by Chris O'Neill. And still looking, Broughton still looking for the score, but giving away the penalty, and oh no, not again. They said, yep, started on the line, Boroughmuir's that is, finished on the line, Broughton's. Charlie Keenan's fourth try. Stuart McGee got his second, Ross Cook converted it, and then as the clock rolled down, well, Broughton just ran out of legs, and Doug Scott had fresh legs, having come on as substitute. In for the touchdown, number 11. And although the conversion all ended up was a bit of a guddle, well, it didn't matter. That was the final whistle. And then we asked Grant Wilson what he thought of that Broughton performance.
Oh yeah, they stuck at it. really well, and they're a good, well-drilled pack of forwards. They were not a bad 8 at all. They didn't really move it out much beyond that, but no, they were a good side.
Pace and experience is always going to tell, but playing downhill with the wind behind them, Broughton were quite a handful.
Yeah, they were. I mean, to be honest, we were glad that we won the toss and picked the play up into it in the first half. But yeah, they were certainly they stuck to it really well. And as I say, not a bad pack of forwards. We've got one or two good players in there.
Oh, Graham, it was a big scoreline, but you must be very happy with some of the performances that your boys put in.
Very happy, yeah. I mean, particularly our forwards are outstanding today, and you know we worked on that all week. You know, we said weather will probably be to our advantage. It'll be sticky and difficult to throw the ball about, and that was true. And you know, every forward that was on the park today were immense. You know, there's one or two perhaps who stand out. You know, number 8, Sandy Urquhart, excellent player. You know, he was in everything and got stuck in, and you know, was not at all put off by the fact that it's Boroughmuir, Premier 1. You know, but everybody that was on the park was outstanding for Broughton today.
Broughton now go into the first round of the Shield, and I'll tell you, not many teams will fancy coming here to Wardy to face this Broughton pack. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television.
Brought to you by Viking Rugby Wear, offering you a complete and affordable range of rugby and leisure wear.